This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I would like to thank Manchester Pictures, Identitech, Steve Aldersley, Anthony Coleman, David Dockery, Aubrey Coper, Joe Brown, Mason Frost, Thomas Amos, and Andreas Gleisel, and Biffsy. Thank you all so much for sponsoring this video, supporting the channel, me and my family, encouraging all this nonsense. I hope you enjoy the video. In preparation for what is called Led Zeppelin's heaviest album, I'm drinking some nice, pleasant mint tea. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we are tackling Led Zeppelin 2. This came out same year as Led Zeppelin's debut, which I obviously reacted to last time. We're going through the first 6 Led Zeppelin albums as of right now. Yeah, so the first album came out in January of 1969. And then Led Zeppelin 2 was recorded from April to August of 69, then released in October. Producer, again, Jimmy Page. Classic. Yeah, so this was, I don't know if I'd say rushed, but it got out there real fast, same year. People are like putting like, not money on this, but like they're placing bets saying like, I think that Alex will like Led Zeppelin 3 more than he likes Led Zeppelin 2. So we'll see. After this one and after the next one, I'll let you know which one I like more. But we just got 9 tracks here, 41 minutes, hard rock, heavy metal, blues rock. Now this is kind of early heavy metal, like back when heavy metal didn't mean, you know, things like Metallica. It wasn't thrash metal, doom metal, death metal, anything like that. It was just basically the hardest of the hard rock. Which, like, I'm not necessarily against that. I'll probably enjoy that more than, like, blues, honestly. But anyway, we're just going to dive right in, guys. Whole lot of love. That's solid. Still, the production is great. If anything, like, I'm enjoying the production like more than some of the songs. But it's just like, it's chunky, but it's got reverb too. It just sounds great. And I will say I'm listening to the remaster, because I believe the first 3 got remastered and reissued in 2014 with like high res 24-bit 96K downloads. So I'm listening to the best I possibly can, because I if I'm not mistaken, I think that the originals just didn't sound as crisp as this, but this sounds really good. Yeah, solid. Not a whole lot to say. Again, very interesting things like that, like the panning, shifting sounds from the left channel to the right channel is really cool. It keeps it interesting and fresh for like someone as a hard rock, blues rock outsider like myself to be like, hey, there's something here I like. And it's a fun listen. What is and what should never be.
And if I say to you tomorrow, I will take you where what's to be this only just to share, and that you will be mad by day. Oh, what fun it all would be.
Interesting. Interesting. Like, I would say, like, honestly, like, the least favorite part of Led Zeppelin so far to me has just been Plant's vocals. Because like, it's just a little too much of that, like hair band kind of, whoa. I'm just like, I don't vibe. But the music has actually been like, of all hard and blues rock I've heard, like it's been the most palatable and the most interesting. It's not been one note. It's been very varied, has some variety. It's diverse in what Page is doing. It stays interesting and it sounds great. Um, and like I said, I'm a Jeff Buckley fan, and I know people said in the first reaction that Buckley was a huge Led Zeppelin fan as well. And I'm like, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. So through that like connection, I can kind of vibe a little bit. More so than I could with a lot of what I heard from Pink Floyd. I can say that much. Yeah, cool. Very good. I don't love it, but it's very good. I like it. Let's put it that way. I like it. The Lemon Song.
Hear my children, their love is still afloat. I went to sleep last night. I work as hard as I can. I bring home the way you squeeze my lemon. I'm gonna fall right out of bed. Out on this killing floor.
Guys, I think that song had a double meaning. Let me know in the comments what he means when he says lemon and juice. That was okay. A little, I wouldn't say long-winded, but it was just long. And that's a little more in the vein of the stuff that I'm not as much into, but still it's interesting. It sounds good. There hasn't been a single Led Zeppelin song so far where I'm just like, oh, I just want it to be over. So I guess that's a testament. I'm not trying to be like elitist or anything. It's just I don't enjoy this genre very much, and so I'm kind of happy to enjoy it in some way finally. It's like, yay, I like it. It just kind of feels kind of weird, but anyway, thank you.
When mountains crumble to the sea, woman, I give you my all. Kind of woman, whisper of the pain, tears of love lost in the days. Your hand in mine, we walk the miles. Thanks to you.
There's still like 20 seconds. It came back. Whoa. Just when you think you have a band figured out, they throw you a curveball. How dare you? Again, not one that I love, but it was very pleasant. It was nice little kind of ballad. Cool composition, good playing. Again, great production. I dig it. That's probably one of my more favorites so far off this album. Side 2, Heartbreaker. Man. a I guess that solo in the middle of the song was voted 16th greatest guitar solo of all time by Guitar World magazine. Wow. Yeah, that was cool. A nice little riff, and then in the middle, that solo was pretty impressive too. Kind of took the spotlight. Also, I got to shout out John Paul Jones, the bass player. What song was it? It was either track 2 or 3. I can't remember. Dang it. I think may have been track 3, Lemon Song. I don't know. But I noticed his bass playing kind of stood out a little bit. It was definitely kind of groovy. Yeah, solid. Living, loving Maid. She's just a woman.
With a purple umbrella and a 50-cent hand. Love it, just a woman. Come on, babe, on the roundabout. With the butler and the maid and the 7th Street. Oh, you got it. The money down. She's just a woman.
So as I was listening to that, I was thinking like, this is okay, but it's not great. It's just kind of a simple little quick rock track. And then I go on the Wikipedia page for it. It is guitarist Jimmy Page's least favorite Led Zeppelin song, and thus was never performed in concert. I found that really funny. Yeah, it was okay. Ramble On. I know this one is kind of a big deal. It got a lot of views on YouTube. Song's lyrics were influenced by Lord of the Rings, mentioning among other things the Dark Land of Mordor. Wow. Ramble On.
All around time I was on my way. And with it came, and it's heading my way. Times I grow so tired, but I know about one thing, I got this way. I've been this way 10 years till the day. Ramble on. I'm the queen of all my dreams. A magic fill the air. Just in, and ain't nothing I can do now. I guess I'll keep on rambling.
Is it over? Looks like it. That was good, but I think I might need to listen to it again. It was kind of just like a sort of a flighty, kind of groovy one. It wasn't super hard or anything like that. But there was also kind of a lot going on too. So I want to give that one kind of future listens to properly, digest that one. So we'll move on. Moby Dick. This one's an instrumental. I feel like I'm watching the end of Whiplash. John Bonham. He's a killer drummer. It's pretty cool. Interesting track because it started with like the riff and then it went just solo drums and then it came back in with the riff. It was just very simple, you know, but impressive. Last track, Bring It On Home.
Bring it on home to you. Watch out, memory. Love some other men too. Bring it on home. 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 Bring.
Led Zeppelin, I. It is done. Upon first impressions, I like the first album more. This one definitely isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't quite know what it is. It's not like a lack of personality. It just, nothing jumped out at me. Save for maybe Thank You. Moby Dick was cool. Ramble On, like I said, interesting. I'll go back, listen to that one more. Heartbreaker was interesting. It also says on the Wikipedia here that people claim it's their heaviest album. And I don't quite know if I agree. I feel like the first one was a little bit heavier. Darker, maybe. I never, like, as a Led Zeppelin outsider, up until basically, the last week or so, I didn't realize how much they pulled from blues, like traditional classic R&B kind of blues from like early to mid 20th century, which it's like, that kind of makes sense. I can kind of see the connection from blues to hard rock to metal and that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of emotion and passion in it, and that can convert into that kind of, electric guitar sort of rock distortion angle. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. You'll have to come back and see my follow-up, which I'm about to plug here. So for every reaction I do a follow-up video. Basically a week to 2 weeks, 10 days, somewhere in that range. I will do a follow-up video saying how I feel about the album now that time has passed. I've had time to maybe re-listen to it and all the dust has settled, figure out my opinion on it. And this is definitely one that's going to have to be that case, because it didn't leave a super big impact on me right now, but I think that's because it maybe was a little denser, perhaps. There definitely was a lot of interesting things happening, but I think maybe this is not as accessible as the first one to me. So I'll just spend some more time with it. So anyway, that's that. Like I said, follow-up video will come in a week to 2 weeks. So if you want to see that, subscribe, hit the bell if you're that kind of person. Patreon.com/Alex Heitz will occasionally do poll albums where I'll have the community on my Discord pick 4 albums, and the people on my Patreon get to vote for which one I listen to next. And we usually do a poll album every 3 to 5 albums that as we're going through artists and bands. So if you want to be able to participate in that, head on over to the Patreon. $1 a month is all you need to be able to do that. And the Discord, link also in the description. We're currently in the middle of a album cover elimination bracket challenge tournament thing. And we're over halfway. We're plugging along, seeing what the best album cover is, objectively, based on like my 90 people on my Discord server. So check that stuff out. Subscribe, comment. What do you think about this album? And that's really all I have for you guys. I'm eager to get to 3 and 4. I know I think a lot of people aren't super big on 2, which I can kind of see, but I am very much eager to get to 3 and 4 and basically everything past that, because that's like some of their biggest songs are on those albums. But yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Godspeed.